we're really sorry, we don't have that money outside of the Department of Corrections, which is funded from the state, and to have local programs that just aren't gonna exist anymore.
But here's what, and that's right. So the people who put up bond, the money goes to the court or more often to a bail bond agency. And so bail bond agencies make money in courts, and here's what often happens then. Folks are kept in jail. They plead guilty to get out of jail, all right? Then they're put on some sort of probation. What every defense lawyer tells their clients who are on probation is the most important thing is to pay your supervision fee to your probation officer. And if you're on self-supervised probation, which means that somebody just checks every now and then to make sure you haven't gotten in trouble, checks the arrest records and that sort of thing, you still have a $300 self-supervision fee that you have to pay, right? So there is a strong incentive in the system to get guilty pleas. And keeping people in jail before trial is one of the ways that squeezes people who are poor to get guilty pleas. And you tell your clients, you better pay that supervision fee because the last thing you want is your probation officer to be mad because you're not paying him, him or her their money, because they apparently must get reviewed on this. And so you pay that before you pay a fine to the court. So there are incentives in the system to squeeze money out of people who don't have much.
I will tell you that it does seem like, my observations over the years is it does seem like the state is constantly trying to squeeze more money out of people who are involved in the criminal justice system. So now they started out adding 15 years ago or something like that, a surcharge to fines. And it was, I think, originally 5%, something like that. It's now up to 35%. So it does seem like the state is constantly trying to squeeze money. But if it comes from the state, it doesn't come from local. It's set by law. So that's what the legislature is trying to do to fund the criminal justice system. And if you have better ways of doing it, I ask you to talk to your legislators about it too. I do worry about where the funding, where they're expecting to get it from people who really don't have a lot of money. And that's something I've talked to our legislators about too.
Yeah, I have a question for both candidates. If elected, will you continue to prosecute charges of possession of marijuana for personal use, and if so, why? And if not, why?
So, as I've already said, for a variety of reasons. One thing, the trend nationally is obviously toward legalization. I happen to grow up in Seattle. In Washington State, you can legally buy and use marijuana. And same in Colorado. And much of the country has medical marijuana. In California, they've had medical marijuana for almost